Hi everyone, welcome back to our next video. Change things up a bit. We are going to be learning more about math this week. We're going to start with a review of something that we've already practiced at school, patterns. Now, a pattern is something that repeats. So when we practice patterns in school, I would always tell you, the pattern repeats. Say that with me. The pattern repeats. A pattern is something that can keep going on and on and on forever because it keeps repeating over and over and over. So today I'm going to write a quick message. We're going to practice our writing, and then we're going to get into identifying a pattern, seeing what comes next in a pattern, and then we're going to do something that only kindergartners are allowed to do, but I'm going to let you do it at home today. We're going to label a pattern. So let's get started with a message. I'm going to write from the top left corner. I always write my messages from left to right and from top to bottom. So I'm going to start by writing hello. Whoops. I'll try blue. Hello. Pre-K. That's you, but only for a few more weeks. Pretty soon you'll be kindergartners. Hello, pre-K. My question for you today is, can you tell me what comes next? That's always the question when we do patterns. Can you tell me what comes next? That's always what we're looking for when we extend a pattern, when we make a pattern longer. So, let me see, I think I have another black marker down here. See if this one works. There we go. I need different colors because patterns are things that use different colors or shapes. We'll do a lot of work with patterns, and there's some really cool YouTube videos about patterns I sent out in the email today as well. So be sure to check those out. But my question for you today is, can you tell me what comes next? So that's our first step with patterns. I'm going to start a pattern, and then I want you to tell me what comes next. Should be pretty easy to figure out since we did so much work with patterns. I'm going to start with a simple color pattern first. So let me do black, pink, black, pink. Say it with me at home. Black, pink, and then I'm going to leave a blank here. So let's read the pattern, and then I want you to tell me what comes next. Black, pink, black, pink, black, pink, black. Yes, black comes next. That's how we keep going. The pattern repeats. So I have black, pink, black, pink, black, pink, black, and then I could go on and on and on with pink. We can keep going and going and going with patterns. Okay, let's move on to a shape pattern now. I'm going to do a shape pattern, and again, I always want you to tell me what comes next. So the shape pattern I want to do is triangle, heart, heart. Triangle, heart, heart. What comes next? Let's go back and read the pattern. Here we go. Triangle, heart, heart. Triangle, heart, heart. Triangle. Yes, triangle comes next. Triangle, heart, heart. Triangle, heart, heart. Triangle. And then we could keep going with heart, heart. Yes, it's very important to go back and read the pattern so that you can tell what comes next. Now I'm going to erase these. That was a little bit of a review for us. Now I'm going to do a little bit more of a difficult pattern, and I still want to know, can you tell me what comes next? Okay, so I'm going to use all three of these markers because I'm going to make kind of a challenging pattern now. So I want to know what comes next. I'm going to do circle, triangle, square, circle, triangle, square, circle, triangle. What comes next? Well, if you don't know it right now, let's go back and read the pattern and then see what would make sense, what would come next. So, pointing fingers out, read it with me. Circle, triangle, square. Circle, triangle, square. Circle, triangle, square. Yes! The pattern repeats. Okay, now this was kind of a more difficult pattern. Patterns can have two different shapes. They can have two different colors. They can have three different shapes or colors. Like we had a circle, a triangle, and a square. So that was three. Patterns can even have four different things. But I'm not going to go that far today because the next step I want to do is called labeling a pattern. So I'm going to start with something very simple. I'm going to go back to that black and pink pattern that we had at the very beginning. So I started with black, pink, black, pink, black, pink. Good, that goes over and over and over. Now, this next part is called labeling a pattern, and we always label a pattern with letters. What's the first letter of the alphabet? A, that's right. So we always start with the first letter of the alphabet and the first part of the pattern. So the first part of the pattern here is this black. Black we will label as A. We have a new part, so I need a new letter. After A comes B. Good, so I'll write A for the first part, B for the second part. Now we go back to our black dot, so I need to go back to the letter A. So I have A, B. The black one gets an A, the pink one gets a B. Black gets A, the pink one gets B. Yes, we just labeled the pattern. So we always start with the first letter, and then anytime there is a new shape or a new color in the pattern, you move to the next letter, which is B. So we have A, B, A, B, A, B pattern. That's if there's two different colors or shapes. Now let's move on to the pattern that I had earlier with triangle, heart, heart, triangle, heart, heart. Now this one's a little bit harder, but we do the same thing that we did for the easy pattern. We start with our first shape or our first color, whichever is first. That first part of the pattern always gets the first letter, which is A. Now, is this an A? No, we have a new part of our pattern. So I need a new letter. The next letter would be B. So I know that all of my triangles will be labeled with an A. All of my hearts will be labeled with a B. So my next shape in my pattern is still another heart. So I still need to use the B. Same shape, same letter. So I have A, B, B. Now I go back to my blue triangle, which we know got the label A. Every blue triangle will get an A. Every pink heart will get a B. There's my B, and there's another B. So this pattern is an A, B, B pattern when I label it. All the same shapes get all the same labels. All of my triangles get an A, and all of my hearts, B, 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 B. A, B, B, A, B, B. The pattern repeats. Even in the label, the pattern repeats. Okay, now I have one more thing to show you before I give you a chance to do it at home, okay? Okay, so we've done an A, B, B pattern. We've done an A, B pattern. It's time for a challenge. I want you to see if you can help me label this pattern. Blue, pink, black. Blue, pink, black. Blue, pink, black. It's a little bit harder. First of all, I just want us to think about this pattern. So this is a pattern with colors, and I have blue, I have pink, and I have black. So I have 3 different colors in my pattern. So when I go to label this pattern, I'm going to have 3 different letters that I use to label this. So I always start with my first object, my first part of my pattern gets the first letter, which is A. This one is a new color, so I need a new letter, B. Now, does this go back to A? No. We still have a new color. I've had blue, I've had pink, now I have black. So now I need a new letter. I have A, B, C. You're right. I need a C for this label. So I have A, B, C. Now I go back to blue, which I know already gets the label A. Then I have pink, which is my B color. And then I have black, which is my C. It's kind of a tricky one. So let's see what our pattern is now. The label says A, B, C. A, B, C. Stick with it. A, B, C. If I have 3 different colors in my pattern, I need 3 different letters for my label. Okay, so now I have done a pattern on a piece of paper, and I'd like to see if you at home can, let me get rid of this. Tell me, so hello pre-K. Can you label this pattern? I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. So first thing I want to do is I just want to think about reading the pattern. And that's kind of what I was doing when I was pointing to it. This is a color pattern. So there's different colors on here. I have green, green, red. Green, green, red. Green, green, red. Green, green, red. Okay, that part was easy. Now I want to think about what my label would have on it. So I start with the first part of my pattern and the first letter, which is A. So the green is A. Now my next part, same color. So if it's the same color, I need the same letter. So I'm gonna do another A. This is kind of tricky. So I have two A's in a row. A, ooh, new color, new letter for my label. B. Then I have green again. I know all of my greens are what letter? A. And then red is, look back, B. Okay, so now even my label has a pattern. A, B, B, keep going. A, B, A, B. You got it. There are lots of different patterns that you can make. I am excited to see what you all come up with and challenge yourself. Can you be like a kindergartner? Can you start labeling a pattern after you make it? I can't wait to see what you guys have for your patterns. Happy patterning!